we are doing it. We are finally going to be listening to Ashton Irwin's debut solo album, Superbloom. I am about a year or so late to this, but time is an illusion, time isn't real. Did you know that WAP came out like a year ago? Does that feel real? No, it doesn't, therefore, I'm not late. And I said I was going to be reacting to this album when it came out, and I am not a liar. So here we go. We're starting with Scar. I've been so excited to listen to this album because I keep getting the tracks like on my daily mixes on Spotify, and now I can finally listen to it. That was a pretty cool song. His sound reminds me of a band that I truly cannot remember the name of. I could see their album like art in my head. They're really popular. I just don't like them. It's like, picture it with me. Album art, blue sky, orange desert, a bunch of guys sitting at a table. Other album of theirs is like a screen and like it's a white glove on like a joystick maybe. Do you know what band I'm thinking of? I'm gonna see if I can try to look it up actually, because it's gonna really bother me if I can't remember who they are. Muse! That's who it is, Muse. That's what I'm thinking of, Muse. You do not want to know what I had to look up to figure that out. But I like the Muse in like a sort of like logical sort of the way that I like classical music. It's like, I can tell that it's good, it's not my vibe. That's what I'm getting from Ashton's music, is that it's very good. It's just sort of not my vibe. I'm getting a very Muse sort of sound from it. I don't know how to describe that, like an indie rock, but again, very good. I really liked his vocals in that track. Have you found what you're looking for?
A brand new voice has spoken. Have you found what you're looking for?
That was a good song. I like that song a lot more than I liked Scar. I think maybe because I couldn't really get like the lyrics in Scar, but I heard a lot more and understood a lot more of the lyrics in Have You Found What You're Looking For? The lyrics, you know, I'm a lyric heavy person. I love a good lyric, and that was great. Again, should be, not to state the obvious, but like all the drum like parts in these songs are gorgeous. Of course, it's Ashton Irwin, but I love a good drum part. I feel like the drums are very underappreciated part of a song, and they can really make or break the vibe. Ashton is just killing it. That song was very fun though. That song was a lot more rock, like traditional rock, not classic rock, but like standard rock in my mind, if that makes any sense. So that song was more my vibe. But next song is Skinny Skinny, but I already did a video on that, so we're gonna skip it and listen to Greyhound. 6 minutes! Okay. You better earn all 6 of those minutes, sir. Wow. That song gave a lot more than I thought I was going to. I think a lot of Ashton's music, from what I've heard, I say a lot as if I've heard really anything, but from what I've heard, his music is very instrumental heavy, which I can appreciate for being like very good, like technically. Not really what I'm about, because again, I'm very much a lyric person. I love acapella. I love pentatonics. So an instrumental, like heavy sort of sound isn't really my vibe, but like I can appreciate and tell that this music is very good. This was a very good song. It is 100% like a vibey song. It's not a song that I think I would like put on for like a specific reason, but like if I'm like putting music on in the background trying to do something, this song would not gonna skip because it's a perfect vibey song. It worked for all of the time that it took. I only really started being like, okay, when is the song over? At 5.5 minutes, which is a lot longer than a lot of these other songs can hold my attention for. So very good. Snaps to Ashton for doing that. I think because there's a lot of instrumental variety in the song and within a lot of his music, which is just matter of time. Ooh, an interlude. What's it with artists doing interludes now? Do we really need an interlude on a 10-track album? It's a 2.5 minute song. Is it really an interlude?
It's all just a matter of time.
Pretty good song. Once again, very instrumental heavy. I feel like there are like really important lyrics in them, but like I can't like, it's not that I can't hear them. I can hear that he's saying words and I'm picking up some of them, but it's not like, it really feels to me that the instruments are what matter in the song. So, I don't know, y'all. It's just not 100% vibing with it. But that's just, again, I'm a lyric person. Sunshine. Now I'm getting sort of like a Pretty Odd vibe from this album, and y'all know I love Pretty Odd, but because Ryan Ross lyrics.
You'll cast a shadow on pavements that you're yet to see.
I like that song the most. Again, because I think that one was more lyric heavy. I think maybe it's the way that like the producer made the songs. Did he also produce this album? I don't know. It's the way that they're sort of mixed, where it's like the instrumentals and the vocals are sort of just like together. They're like working side by side. I prefer songs where like the vocals are like clearly on top. That's why I really don't like Billie Eilish music, because her instrumentals are clearly like always overpowering her vocals. But I think Sunshine, it took it like the instrumentals, even though they were sort of side by side, were able to pull back. So like you could hear more of the vocals and you could hear more of the lyrics. And the lyrics were great, and that song was great. 100% a Pretty Odd vibe. And you know I love Pretty Odd. I think this music is 100% like a really vibey album. It's not like a pure pop or rock album. It's not like hype. It's just vibes and chill, and like I appreciate that. Not really the music that I'm going for at the moment, but like I said, Pretty Odd vibes. I always love Pretty Odd and will always be able to come back. And again, you always need music to vibe to, because sometimes you're just trying to like listen to something in the background and then a good song comes on and then you get distracted. This, good music, pure vibes. Now, the sweetness of 5.5 minutes, sir, you better earn every second.
When the sweetness seeps into your bloodstream, when the sweetness makes you love your life again.
Okay. While I do feel like that song was about 30 seconds too long, that was by far my favorite song on this album. So good. So good. The instrumentals, absolutely fantastic. The drum solo, oh my god, that was so good. The lyrics, so good. The lyrics are so good. The lyrics, the writing, impeccable. The vocals, impeccable. Just sort of like the vibe of the song. This song was a lot more, classic rock, which is more my vibe, which is why I think I liked it a bit more. It was just, like a proper headbanger, mate. Like, it was just so good. I really hope that they play this live, because this song live would just be incredible. This song was so good. Wow. Okay, I'm to blame.
Now you know I'm to blame.
Another very good song. Once again, lyrics, impeccable. Instrumentals, also very good. Was it as good as The Sweetness? I don't know. That one's still very good in my mind. Sunshine was also very good, but we have to listen to the rest of the tracks. But right now, I'm to blame is like up there, but it's not like, y'all, The Sweetness just was so good. But I'm to blame, very good song. Drive, 5-minute song. He loves the long songs.
We could just drive.
Not a bad song. I just feel like nothing in it was particularly strong, and it went on for too long for nothing to be really giving. Like, the lyrics were, the vocals were, instrumentals were, like, nothing was bad. Everything was working at just like an 80%. So like, for the song to be 5 minutes at an 80%, it's just, it's not really giving. It should not be that long if it's not really giving. I think the instrumental breaks in between, like, the verses just too long and very repetitive. Not my favorite song on the album, that's for sure. Perfect Lie, the final track.
I'll try to leave without missing you. I can tell a perfect lie.
I like that song. Didn't love it, but I like that song. I feel like the instrumentals were pretty good, vocals pretty good. Once again though, lyrics be lacking. I feel like this album is not a lyric heavy album. It's very much an musical, melody heavy album, and that's cool, that's fine. Doesn't make it bad, just not my vibe. very much a lyric heavy person. Yeah, I feel like this album is really experimental. Like, none of this is like commercialized in any way. Like, you probably wouldn't hear any of these songs on like a top 40 radio playlist. Like, none of these songs are like appealing to what the people like, which I appreciate. This is just an album for him, an album that he likes, an album that he wanted to put out. But I do think that if he put out this album without the success that he already has from 5 Seconds of Summer, it would not have done any numbers. Because I think it's just too experimental. I think that there's just a lot of really weird parts to it that don't make it bad. I think it's weird in a fun way, but like weird in like also this is too different from like what people are expecting and wanting from music, that like a lot of people won't go and listen to it, which isn't a bad thing. If you like the music and you want to put it out, then like go for it. I support you. I listened to the whole album and I'm here to support Ashton and his solo musical endeavors. That being said, I don't think that this album just has a wide, you know, popular appeal to it. That's why even though this album came out like a year ago, I've barely heard anybody talking about it, because I just don't think that many people can vibe with it because it's so like different. That being said, The Sweetness is such a good song. Love The Sweetness. Sunshine was also pretty good. What was the song before Sunshine? Greyhound was pretty good. I think those are my top 3 from this album. But that is Ashton's solo debut album, Superbloom. Very proud of him for putting out a solo album at all, though it cannot be easy to go from like having like 3 people you always have to like compromise and collaborate with to just sort of like being a solo artist. And like I'm pretty sure he did like all the instrumentals himself, and I'm pretty sure he also put this out like in quarantine, so he just like worked alone in his house and did all the instruments, which is already very impressive. Big props to Ashton for that. Luke has now started putting out solo music. Very excited to listen to that. Don't know when his album's coming out, / if it's already out, because time is what? An illusion. But I will eventually be making a video to that. But yes, tell me your thoughts in the comments. Did you vibe with some of this music? Are you more an instrumental person, less of a lyric person, truthfully? What was your vibe of the album? Let me know. Go stay hydrated, get good sleep, eat some food, and eventually, one day, I'll put out that Luke Hemmings solo music video. And I know this week was supposed to have a Ride the Cyclone video. It is not my fault. Who cares? It's going to come out eventually. When Adobe gets their shit together.